Grief day 7. Last night was a week that I got the call and that my baby was dead. When I got the call, I was cleaning Erica's bathing room and I fell on the floor in all of the water. And, until you experience it, you can't even imagine. That's just the truth. I've had friends lose children and I've attempted to support them, and gosh, like I didn't realize the level. And then that complicated on top of the way she died, which we're still not sure of. I've got to sit and wait for that. I'll probably be waiting quite a while for that. Complicates absolutely everything. My grief included, and all of the family, all of her friends. It makes us all at more risk of death at our own hands. I've been doing a lot of reading about that and joining up with some support groups to try to assist me through this. I'm using Facebook because it's the only support network I've had for pretty much a decade, as I've been wandering around, letting my children do what they thought was best for themselves, and filling in when they asked, dropping everything to run to them most of the time. I've been in a very difficult situation before this happened, and now I'm even more difficult one. But legally, I am Amy's next of kin. I am responsible. I will be the one held accountable. I did my due diligence to try to share that authority with her father, and he refused to communicate with me, except to call me that one time and yell and scream at me after. And I've got all the text messages. I've posted it showing that I did my due diligence with the only other person that had it a partial right. Partial because I had custody of Amy from the time she was little till the time she turned 18. I let Erica usurp that a little bit because I didn't have the power to fight Erica and a teenager. And that's what they wanted to do, and they got to do it. I stepped out of the picture. I didn't fight. I didn't turn off the lights. I really, really have always tried to not hurt my kids. Have I? Yes, I have. But I've tried really hard not to. Yes. My life's not been easy at all. Making the decisions to have these children instead of having the abortions that people wanted me to have, or I fought to try to do the best I could for my kids. All of them. Every last single one of them. I didn't have a lot of tools. I didn't have a lot of support. I didn't have a lot of means. But I did what I could. And I gave them more than my parents gave me. I can guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. I also worked hard to keep them all together with each other and stay out of their dramas between each other as much as possible. But I got caught up in them all the time. All the time. And now on top of not having my baby, I am attacked, maligned, belittled, thought the worst of. When I was trying to handle this all responsibly, I knew it was my role, it was my responsibility. I'm who got the phone call. I'm the one asked by the police to come And I was there. I was there. If I wasn't here, it might have been different. But I'm here. And legally, next of kin has the right, duty, and responsibility to handle these things. And I've been doing my best to do that, trying to include everyone when everyone else is trying to usurp and sabotage and take away, which they can't. It's a legal thing. Like, this is legal that I'm her next of kin. And trying to slander me, saying I'm trying to do something that I'm not trying to do. I'd like to see all of my grandkids. Any moves that I made after Erica pulled her stuff have still included trying to have, I even tried to figure out a viewing, even though that wasn't something I really wanted, trying to consider other people. And I wasn't gonna hold that. I just wanted to know where everything was. I wanted it to move at my pace. I wanted to be included and given my place as her mother that birthed her, that cared about her even before anybody else knew about her. And I just can't wrap my head around and my heart around how another mother could do this to a mother. But I'm not selling Amy's ashes. I never was selling Amy's ashes. To be able to get the ashes, you have to have a container to put them in. You have to. I've made it where you pay the funeral home. You have to let me know. And I have to give permission because that's legal. And the funeral home requires it. Not me, the funeral home. So if you want the ashes, you don't want to deal with me, then you've got to follow this thing. I'm not getting any proceeds over it. I'm the one that's running around homeless right now. I worked hours and hours and hours at that shop, hours and hours and hours keeping Amy's kids, and I didn't get paid. So, if anybody is being exploited, taken advantage of, treated cruelly, it's me. And anybody else that wants to claim any different, there's a lot of stuff in this mix that is not right, and a lot of people that are not having their heads and their hearts in a place of love and healing. But that's not me. That's not me. No. I'm really tired. I've only really slept one night since all this happened. I've dealt with something every day, that has made this pain worse, not better. So if you're judging, and especially if you believe in Jesus, that is all coming back on you, because God knows my heart. God's known my heart for a long, long time. I've been saved since I was 6 years old. And I've been doing God's work. And I am not going to let y'all destroy me. Amy deserves better than that. If you look through her writings, healing her relationship was important with her parents to her. And she used to sit there and go, Mom, I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry they're treating you like this. I'm so sorry. And I've got my own guilt to deal with some things that I said. Everybody else is going to have to deal with their own grief and guilt and remorse and shame and all of that. I've got to deal with mine. And all of us, everybody played a part. Everybody played a part. And ultimately, it was none of our faults. None of our faults. It's more the system that's in place that fails people. It's more big pharma poisoning people with drugs, putting out there. It's the society that doesn't allow emotions to be felt, that isolates and shames people that use drugs, that experience trauma. It's just the world we live in. People are losing their kids the same way right now. Somehow I hope to turn this into a mission to help people. That's my main goal. That I use this horrible tragedy to maybe prevent that for somebody else. And yeah, y'all keep judging. Keep beating me up. Ultimately, you're just making me stronger. So, thank you.